Welcome to Bible Breakdown. Today we are doing chapter 27 and 28. I've been saying this the whole time, but I love this story. This is a story of how Jacob stole Esau's blessing from their dad Isaac. So it starts out with Isaac being old and he's losing his eyesight. So he calls onto Esau and he's like, Esau, let me holla at you. I'm just kidding. But he's like, Esau, come here. So Isaac is telling Esau how he's dying, basically, and he tells him to go hunt for game and make him a delicious meal so that he can be blessed. So at this point, Rebecca is listening to their conversation, and she's like, So then she goes to Jacob, and she's like, listen, Jacob, your brother is about to receive a blessing from Isaac, so I'm going to make you do what he's asking Esau to do so that you can take the blessing from Esau. So she tells Jacob to go get 2 goats and to bring it to her so that she can make Isaac's favorite meal. So now Jacob brings up the concern of his skin because Esau, if you remember, they said that he was born very hairy and Jacob was born very smooth skin. So they have 2 different types of skin, and he says, what if Isaac goes to touch him? He's obviously going to know that that's not Esau and he's going to get cursed. So Rebecca tells him, don't worry about that. I'll take the curse if they curse you for this. So she's telling him, just obey me. Please listen to what I'm saying. So Jacob goes out and he gets the 2 goats and he brings it to his mom. So then she makes the nice dinner for Isaac. And then as she's doing that, she tells Jacob to wear Esau's clothes. And she puts the goat skin on her son's hands and neck and the smooth part of his skin so that if Isaac feels him, he'll feel the hair from the goat and he'll smell Esau's clothes. So then Rebecca gives Jacob the food and she's like, all right, go ahead. So then Jacob goes to Isaac and he's like, hey, Dad, I'm back from hunting. And his dad is like, who is this? And he's like, it's Esau, your first son. And Isaac's like, how did that take you so fast? You did this so quickly. But yeah, Jacob's like, please sit up so that you can eat and that you can bless me. And then Isaac says that he does it so quickly, and Jacob's response was that the Lord provided for him. He showed him where he needed to go. So then Isaac is like, all right, can you please come closer to me so I can touch you? Are you sure you're Esau? And Jacob's like, yes, I am. So Jacob gets closer, and Isaac, he feels his body, and he's like, you sound like Jacob, but you feel like Esau. I'm gonna bless you. And then after he does that, he asks him again. He's like, are you sure you are Esau? And Jacob's like, I am. So then Isaac finally eats and he drinks wine. Then he asked his son to kiss him. So then he did. And then he smelled Esau's clothes on Jacob. And this is the blessing that he gave him. So it says, the smell of my son is like the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May God give to you from the dew of the sky and from the riches of the land an abundance of grain and new wine. May people serve you and nations bow and worship to you. Be master over your relatives. May your mother's son bow and worship to you. Those who curse you will be cursed, and those who bless you will be blessed. So as soon as Jacob gets this blessing, Esau walks in, and he's like, hey, Dad, I brought you this food so I can get my blessing. And Isaac's like, huh? Who is this? So Esau's like, I'm literally your first son. What are you doing? And Isaac is now freaking out because he's like, who did I just bless then? Because somebody literally just came in, gave me food, acted like you, and I blessed them. So now Esau is crying and he's like, Dad, can you bless me too? And Isaac is like, your brother's a deceiving man and he took your blessing. So then Esau says, isn't he rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me twice now. He took my birthright, and look, now he has taken my blessing. Then he asked, haven't you saved a blessing for me? And Isaac's like, literally, I gave him everything. What is there to give you? I don't know. So Esau's crying out, don't you just have one blessing? One that you could give me, please. And then it says, his father Isaac answered him, look, your dwelling place will be away from the riches of the land, away from the dew of the sky above. You will live by your sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you rebel, you will break his yoke from your neck. So now Esau is very angry, as you would imagine. His brother just took his blessing. And on top of that, he deceived him earlier and took his birthright. Like, Jacob is so ungrateful. But honestly, this is his mom's doing. I'm not gonna lie. His mother forced him to do this. So it's like a 50-50 two-way street here. So now Esau is holding a grudge against his brother, and he's thinking in his mind that he's going to kill him. So then Rebecca, she figures this out, and she's like, So she tells Jacob, you're going to go to my brother's house until your brother calms down and he forgets about all of this. Verse 45 kills me, though, because it says, until your brother's rage turns away from you and he forgets what you have done to him. Did you not tell that boy to do it? Then she says that she'll send out for him when the coast is clear because she doesn't want to lose both of her sons. So she comes up with a plan and goes to Isaac and tells him that she doesn't want Jacob to marry a Hittite like her other son. So now chapter 28, Isaac calls Jacob. He tells him that he can't marry a Canaanite girl, and then he blesses him. And he tells him to go to his mother's brother's house, Laban. And he tells him to marry one of his daughters. So yeah, he tells him to be fruitful and gives him blessings, and then he sends him on his way. Now during this time, Esau is listening to this blessing that his parents is giving to Jacob. But he notices that they disapprove of a Canaanite woman, so he goes and he marries Ishmael's daughter. Her name is Mahalath. Listen, I'm sorry. Y'all should know by now. I don't know how to pronounce these names. So Jacob leaves Beersheba and he's heading towards Haran or Haran. I'm not really sure. But then the sun sets, so he sets down so that he can lay down and sleep. And then he ends up sleeping on a stone and he starts dreaming, and the Lord comes in his dream. And the Lord is basically telling him that he'll be blessed, his offspring will be blessed, he'll receive the land that he's on. And he ends this with, I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. So now Jacob is very aware of the Lord's presence, and then he pours oil on the stone that he was laying on. And he gives the name Bethel to the place that he was at. Then he makes a vow and says, if God will be with me and watches over me during this journey I'm making, if he provides me with food to eat and clothes to wear, and if I return safely to my father's family, then the Lord will be my God. This stone that I have set up as a marker will be God's house, and I will give you 1/10 of all that you give me. And that's how it ends. So that is chapter 27 and 28. That's all I got for y'all. Okay. Love y'all. God loves y'all more. See y'all tomorrow for chapter 29.